So how do you identify the first fair value gap presented from 9:30 a.m.? So you look out for the first fair value gap after 9:30 a.m. This, if you look below my screen, you will see this 9:30, this 1:30, 1:30, that's our own time, but 9:30 New York time. So that's the first fair value gap. This the leg there, the candle by 9:45. This 15 minutes. So the first fair value gap presented, that's Wednesday. That's Wednesday first fair value gap. That's what you are going to look out for by 9:30 a.m. opening price. So you look for the first fair value gap presented. So once that is done, you annotate it, you mark it, then you study, you wait for price action, as price writing on it. You can go down to lower time frame. This lower time frame, 1 minute. That's 15 minutes first fair value gap. Under 1 minute, we can see another first fair value gap. This is now inversion. This 1:35. That's 9:35. Under 1 minute, we have an inversion there. That's an inversion fair value gap. Price have violated the consequent encroachment, which is here, the half of it. So it's now acting as an inversion under 1 minute. For the yellow shaded bars, it's under 15 minutes. First price fair value gap by 9:30 a.m. So that's what you are looking at for at that time of the day by 9:30 a.m. You wait for price to present the first fair value gap, which you are going to utilize at that moment, and wait for price delivery inside the first fair value gap. You could see a delivery inside the first fair value gap being the inversion fair value gap under 1 minute. Since price have violated the consequent encroachment, is now acting as inversion between this other block low and this other block high there. Between that candle, the two candles, that's the fair value gap that turn to inversion. Why? Because price have violated it. Coming back to it again, that's price trading back to it again, is going to act as an inversion. You can now utilize this opportunity here. You target for a liquidity resting above. Under 15 minutes, we have a buy side liquidity that price went and took out. This is 15 minutes chart. Hold on. That's the high there. So by 9:30 a.m., price is seeking for a liquidity. Here is the liquidity, the buy side liquidity. That's 15 minutes buy side liquidity. First, you look for first price fair value gap. Then, with the direction of the market, you have to have narrative of where price is going first. That is going to seek for a liquidity at that time of the day. This 15 minutes buy side liquidity has been purged. You can change the color there. You can see where price take it out. Hope you can see that. That's first fair value gap under 15 minutes. Go to lower time frame, 1 minute. As price deliver inside the inversion fair value gap, you can see at the inversion fair value gap that engineered price at that time of the day 9:30 a.m. going to seek for a liquidity. This is 15 minutes buy side liquidity, and that's where price went and take and delivered. This is the first delivery, the first touch there at the 15 minutes buy side liquidity. Then trade back at the high of the 15 minutes first price fair value gap, then went up. You can see the high volatility there, volatility. This drop by 10 o'clock, this 10 o'clock drop speaking. So you can see the high volatility of price. Then reaching out first at the buy side liquidity. That's 15 minutes buy side liquidity. So at this time of the day, by 9:30 a.m., what you are looking out for is the first fair value gap that price is going to create. Then once that is done, you wait for price to trade inside the first fair value gap. You have to have patience enough to see what price action is going to present. Here is a high and here is a low. Then we have a lower low. Taking out this high here, this is a unicorn setup, ICT unicorn setup. After a break above, after a breaker, the first fair value gap price created. You wait for price to trade inside that fair value gap. You can see a price delivery reaching out first at the consequent encroachments of the inversion fair value gap there. This is how you measure out the consequent encroachment from the low of this candle, the other block, to the high of this other block up there to get your 50% level. That's the consequent encroachment. You can off all this. We are only interested in the 50%. So that's what we are going out for the 50%. This is your 50%. That's 0.5%. That's the 50% Fibonacci level. That's the 50% there. The consequent encroachment of this inversion first price fair value gap under 1 minute time frame. So you annotate the first fair value gap which is there. Then you can remove your Fibonacci. That's consequent encroachment. You can see price action, price reaction at the consequent encroachment. At what time? This is 9:39, and we price violated the fair value gap, that's CB, then acting as an inversion, and we have a breaker above here. This is the down close candle, the low, then high, lower low, trading above this high here. Price trading above this high and creates a fair value gap. So you've got to utilize this fair value gap. This is a unicorn setup, ICT unicorn setup. Then you look for the next draw on liquidity. After a delivery inside the first fair value gap, price ran up. Where did it went to? To this buy side liquidity. That's 15 minutes buy side liquidity. During the 9:30 opening price, that's New York session. So what you are looking out for at that time of the day, the first price fair value gap that price is going to present. So you wait for price to trade inside the fair value gap. Then you have narrative of where price is going. That's the next draw on liquidity. Then you target the high or low of the liquidity. Then you take your profit once the liquidity is taken. Okay, is that clear? So is there any question? What do you say?
Hello,
Okay.
I'm not hearing you.
So we could anticipate price action now. We have a set side liquidity here. You can see This is an inversion. As to identify an inversion fair value gap, it's going to act as an inversion there. We have a target set side liquidity here resting below. We have a low here. That's price is coming. And inefficiency here too. It's going to seek for this liquidity here. 15 minutes buy side liquidity have been swept. So the algo is going to engineer price, going to seek for a liquidity. Have a liquidity here. That's set side liquidity. Last close candle, that's other block. Last close candle, that's last bullish close candle, other block. We have another block here too. Price trading below the consequent encroachment. That's why it's acting as an inversion. You can see this is a candle that trade below it, that break the discount area. That's the discount. Then coming back to it is acting as a resistance. That's why price could not trade above again. It's now acting as a resistance. You could see the first touch at the discount area, then a rejection block there. Then second touch, we have the third touch, then the fourth candle that break below the consequent encroachment of this inefficiency, BC. Price coming back to it, trading back to it again is going to act as a resistance. We have a small fair value gap. This is a fair value gap there. That's CB. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. You could see a touch. That's institution order flow drill, a partial entry inside the inefficiency. That's a partial entry there, institution order flow drill. You're going to see seek for this sextile liquidity here. It starts a schooling point, that's an inefficiency, to seek for a liquidity. That's partial entry inside the fair value gap. It's called institution order flow drill. Institution order flow drill, that. And the consequent encroachment. 50% of this inefficiency. The rejection block are the consequent encroachment of the inefficiency. That's the consequent encroachment, the 50% of this inefficiency, BC, buy side inefficiency, sell side imbalance. And we have a rejection block there. That's a rejection block. It's called a rejection block. Seeking for this sell side here. That's the other block, last up close candle. That's last bullish close candle there. This is the next close candle. This is acting as other block. Other block. I've violated this. Trade above the consequent encroachment. Trade above the consequent encroachment of this inefficiency here. A higher high, high, higher high. Then we seek for the low, high of the day. Other block. That's for today. Markets have closed for the day, the time. Or is it my connection? It's supposed to be moving. I think it's my connection, my connection. So thank you for watching. Yeah, and be safe.